The station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Straight ahead on DC News Now at 10, the DC Council is scheduled to vote on the proposed budget for FY 2024. Why some members, though, are divided on where some of the money should go. Plus, both Governor Ron DeSantis and former President Donald Trump had rallies scheduled in Iowa this weekend, but one couldn't make it. A look at the campaign trail stops. And it's Mother's Day. The lessons from Prince George's County mothers as told by high school students. Good evening. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 10. I'm Annalisa Gale. We start with meteorologist Scott Sumner on this beautiful Sunday.
Absolutely. Let's wrap up the weekend, put a little bow on it. And yes, today, thankfully, Mother Nature granted our mothers a nice day. But all good things do come to an end. We have some clouds out there right now. And as you can see here over my shoulder, we're looking at Rosslyn, Virginia. Things are pretty quiet out there. And temperature-wise, we're looking at numbers that are into the mid-60s to right around 70 degrees across the region. Now, with those clouds in place, we're not going to see temperatures bottoming off too much tonight. I'll talk about overnight lows, what you can expect for tomorrow morning, as well as your full 7-day forecast. That's coming up very shortly.
All right, thanks, Scott. Well, new tonight, you can add the head of Metro to the list of those supporting the K Street Transitway project. Randy Clark endorsed the project on Twitter this weekend. The project is one D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser has recently also endorsed, and the D.C. Council is expected to discuss and vote on this in a budget this week. As Dave Laval tells us, not everyone is on board with it.
The D.C. Council is divided on whether to go ahead with funding for the K Street Transitway project or use the money to pay for free bus service for D.C. residents. Margaret Doe prefers the rides.
The rent is so hard and you got to pay rent, water and all that. Everything is so difficult.
A woman who would only identify herself as Stephanie wants improved service.
More reliable service, and maybe the buses should be on time.
The K Street project would stretch from 12th to 21st Streets.
It eliminates the conflict between the cars and the buses and allows those buses to run more efficiently.
District Department of Transportation Director Everett Lott says the estimated $123 million project converts some lanes for just buses. That's expected to improve service.
What we're also talking about is to make sure that the businesses along K Street right now have access and their patrons have access to the curbside space for pickup and drop off, loading and unloading.
Dave Laval, DC News Now.
And the D.C. Council will hold its first vote on the budget on Tuesday, and Chairman Phil Mendelson is scheduled to address questions regarding the budget tomorrow at noon. Well, new tonight, the Baltimore Fire Department says 3 people were transported to the hospital following a steam pipe explosion this afternoon downtown. It happened around 6:30 p.m. near Camden Yards in the 400 block of West Pratt Street. In total, 4 people were treated. The extent of their injuries is unknown at this time. The cause of the incident is still under investigation. In Alexandria, police say a body has been found in the 500 block of Pickett Street. At this time, no foul play is suspected. The chief medical examiner will determine the person's cause of death. No further information was provided. And developing now, 2 death investigations are underway in Fairfax County. Police say a body was found on Mint Place, also in Alexandria, on Saturday night. They shared the news just before midnight, but no further details were provided. And less than 8 hours before, they say a body was also found behind a business on Glen Carlin Drive in Falls Church, Virginia. Today was the 1-year anniversary of a mass shooting at a Buffalo grocery store in New York. Tara Lynch from our sister station WIVB takes a look at how the community paid tribute to the 10 men and women who lost their lives.
If we want to be one city, we have to act like one city. This happened in Buffalo, but it didn't happen to Buffalo. And we have to be honest about that so that we can move forward together.
Community members gathered at the Tops on Jefferson Avenue to remember, heal, and hope together.
We will see justice. We will see love. And we see no more hate.
Lenny Lane has mobilized his organization to give out food across the street from where tragedy struck 1 year ago.
It's been a bunch of emotions running through me of not knowing really how I'm feeling right now. I mean, to be honest with you, I want to cry. And because of that, I've been putting food pantries like this together all over the community.
While many people remember and honor the 10 lives lost 1 year ago, they're looking into the future with hope that there will be lasting change on the east side.
Hopefully, someday in society, we reach a place where there is no segregation, there is no hate, there is only love. But we're not there yet.
There has to be real solutions, and not only because of the great racial divide, but I really believe because of the great divide that's caused by poverty and economic inequities too.
This is a community that still is underserved 1 year later. We have to continue rebuilding, reimagining Jefferson Avenue. This neighborhood is a beautiful neighborhood and have a lot of potential.
Buffalo Fathers was here all afternoon giving out food to those who need it. Lenny Lane tells us that he hopes that by hosting these community events, he can bring people together to heal one day at a time. For now, reporting at the Tops on Jefferson Avenue, Tara Lynch, News 4.
Developing tonight at the southern border, the Secretary of the Homeland Security says he's seeing a sharp decrease in migration after the end of Title 42. While speaking on ABC's This Week, he said that the number of migrants trying to enter the United States has been cut in half. This comes after policy changes only allowing migrants to seek asylum at the border after being unable to achieve migrant status in their home countries, as well as harsher penalties for migrants that tried to enter illegally. That along with an extra 24,000 agents stationed at the border. Well, now to a News Nation exclusive out of Iowa tonight, where Florida Governor Ron DeSantis has told News Nation no news yet when asked if he was entering the race for the White House. Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump canceled his rally in Iowa last minute, citing weather concerns. Kelly Meyer has the latest.
Florida Governor Ron DeSantis hitting his stride in Iowa, making not one, not two, but 3 campaign stops in 3 different parts of the state, adding to speculation the Florida governor is about to enter the 2024 presidential race.
We've done that in Florida. They've done that in Iowa. You know, we're going to have a chance pretty soon to make sure that's done in every state in this country.
The last event, an added jab aimed directly at former President Donald Trump, making a surprise appearance at a popular barbecue spot in Des Moines.
I did a speech and a spiel with everyone. Everyone had a fun time. They were getting excited, cheering.
The venue is just a short drive away from where Trump was set to address supporters. Trump canceling last minute, citing a tornado watch, and opting to call supporters in the state instead.
And I wanted to see you today, but a little thing called tornadoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they prevailed.
The campaign's reasoning causing a tornado of criticism from some conservatives, claiming the last-minute decision was due to what they called a small crowd size, not the weather. DeSantis' allies drawing attention to the former president's absence and trolling Trump with tweets noting the, quote, beautiful Iowa evening. This only adding to Trump's disdain for his potential 2024 challenger, taking to Truth Social today to slam DeSantis, saying his poll numbers are, quote, dropping like a rock, and calling him young, naive, and inexperienced.
The problem with Ron DeSanctimonious is that he needs a personality transplant, and those are not yet available.
On stage this weekend, DeSantis took some subtle shots at Trump, too, heating up the war of words between the 2 GOP heavyweights.
We must reject the culture of losing that has infected our party in recent years. If we get distracted, if we focus the election on the past or on other side issues, then I think the Democrats are going to beat us again.
DeSantis grabbing control of the campaign trail, but still dancing around whether or not he's going to challenge Trump.
Governor DeSantis, mean you're inching closer to an announcement?
No news yet, so just hang out there. Hi, how are you?
Thank you.
Again, that was Kelly Meyer reporting there. Well, turning now to West Virginia, where a woman has been arrested for shooting and injuring a customer inside a South Charleston grocery store. The South Charleston Police Department says that 32-year-old Lydia Spencer got into an argument with another woman inside the store. The argument then escalated, and they say Spencer pulled out a gun and shot the other woman. The extent of her injuries are still unknown. Spencer has been charged with attempted murder. Well, it's Mother's Day, and I'm sure many of you made Mom happy today. Our Jimmy Alexander spent some time in Prince George's County with students there at Crossland High School to learn what makes their mom so special.
The best advice that my mom has given me is everything happens for a reason, even like things throughout life, things that alter the course of your life that's going to help you in the future.
Don't believe everything you think. It started when I was in 10th grade, when I was like low on self-esteem and stuff.
To be the best version of myself every day.
Hi there, Auntie.
Hey, Jimmy, how you?
What is the best advice your mom has given you?
She said, don't let nobody doubt you. And if they do, prove them wrong.
If a person is mad at you or doesn't like you, they're probably jealous.
Be your best self.
If your car not in your name, they could come tow it. Or your house not in, they could take it from you. So it's like, always have something in your name.
Everything that comes into your head doesn't have to be said.
What can you do that would just drive your mom crazy?
She hate when I act like her.
How would you act like Mom? How does she act?
Get up, what are you doing? Clean this and clean that. Why you ain't help me cook that you be cooking at school? Why you not cooking over here?
What do you do that drives your mom crazy?
Argue back with her or call her by her first name.
Oh.
That's a joke.
Oh, drive her crazy? Probably talking back at her.
Telling her things last minute.
I'm like an organized mess, so my room is like, it's very tragic, and she always tells me to clean it, and I don't.
I might or might not talk back here and there, but you know, I just always feel like I need to get my opinion out, and you know.
And she doesn't want your opinion.
She doesn't. She doesn't accept my opinion at all.
You talk back. What does she say to you after?
She says, "Who are you talking to? Be quiet."
What do you think she wants for Mother's Day?
She'd probably say nothing, but I know that she really wants a white Cadillac Escalade. Yeah.
And what time do you pick it up for her?
I don't know.
What's the best advice your mom's given you?
She always told me to not be a burden, and if somebody's trying to help, let them.
What can you do that just drives your mom crazy?
When I keep the lights on in the house, because she always asks me if I'm the one paying the bill.
Okay. And what do you think your mom would want for Mother's Day?
She probably want me to pay the bill.
Yeah, I got that last one too from my mom about the electric company. Yeah. Are you the electric company? Then shut the lights off. Okay, 70 degrees out there right now. The lights are on Mother Nature's side have been shut off. It is dark out there, obviously, but clear skies are being seen right at the moment. An east to northeast breeze at about 3 miles an hour. The sun's setting now, an extra minute of sunlight a day practically, and set tonight at 8:13. Tomorrow morning, get up, there'll be not as much sun as what we went to this evening with, but tomorrow we'll have some clouds. It'll be a dry morning, variably cloudy. Temperatures are going to be around 53 degrees or so. So what about the weather headlines? What can we look forward to as we go into the next couple of days? Well, again, a pleasant night ahead, although clouds will be building in overnight and keeping the temperatures primarily into the 50s, but there'll be some 40s out towards the higher elevations, the mountains. Now, again, we'll start off with some clouds, but then becoming mainly sunny during the course of your afternoon. A pretty nice day. As I'll show you a golf forecast coming up in this hour. Showers return on Tuesday, and then a beautiful Wednesday is going to be shaping up once again. Really nice 7-day period. No extremes in the temperature department, and we'll talk about it and show it to you with the 7-day forecast coming up in just a little bit. Annalisa?